everybody, my name is Lainey Bear 004, and welcome back to another episode of Lainey Plays. Today we are playing Fortnite, which a lot of people really hate on it. I still think it's a really good game. I did a little story time in the background of this video, so I hope you enjoy. So today's topic of discussion isn't so much one story as it is a collection of stories, because I wanted to talk about my experience being a female gamer. I can say, honestly, I think it is really difficult. And I think you have to have a lot of patience to be a female gamer. You have to get used to constant screaming, constant stereotypes, all of that. And I don't mean to make this into like a gender issue, but it is something that it gets annoying after a while. As I mentioned in my last video, I wanted to be a Minecraft YouTuber. I love Minecraft. Minecraft has always been my favorite game. I've been playing it since it started. And so mics weren't something I really dealt with a lot playing Minecraft because you don't use mics in Minecraft. So once I started logging onto games where you used mics and you talked to random people, my experience was obviously a lot more different. A lot of things you have to get used to being a female gamer is people just screaming on the top of their lungs, gamer girl, like all the time without context. They just see or hear a female and they just scream it. Another thing is a sentence I have probably heard at least 60 times. I hear at least once every time I go onto a game is, "Why are you here? Go make me a sandwich. Put your brother's controller down." Like that sort of stuff, I hear it literally every time I play. Honestly, before I became incredibly sarcastic, when I was younger, it did make me sad, and still today, sometimes the comments just really make me sad, because I've always been super nerdy, and just still having to go through this, like, it's been 17 years, dude. The same joke, it's not funny anymore. I'm very fortunate now to have a lot of guy friends who will defend me, so that's really helpful. Of course, it's still funny. I really love when people come up with more original stuff than just calling me a gamer girl. And it's hilarious to deal with, like, little kids trying to flirt with me. I will say one of the upsides to being a female gamer is that a lot of people give you stuff for no reason. Like, they just hand you, like, I was playing Rec Room, and this kid just kept giving me a shield because he wanted me to feel safe. And that's so sweet. It helps me. Sadly, though, on the other side of that, there's the guys who just completely target females because they just don't want females in the game. Which, it sucks. It doesn't happen as often, which is great, but it did happen a lot when I was younger, and it was annoying. Though I'm not the best at the game, I do like to credit myself that I'm pretty good. With the exception of actually the clip that's about to play, because I messed up here.
It was at this moment that she knew. She fucked up.
I didn't see the swim sign until it was too late. Anyway, back to the main topic. Some of the experiences, the funniest ones I've personally had, have been more recently on Rec Room. By the way, if you didn't see my last Rec Room video, go check it out after this video, of course. I've never really played a game before that was just, the whole concept was based around talking to other people. It's usually based around, you know, shooting or fighting, whatever. So playing Rec Room, I get to talk to a lot of interesting characters. Playing Rec Room, I've been chased around lobbies. I had a guy who was chasing me one day, asking me if he could buy my bathwater. Yeah, that was interesting. I had a bunch of 11-year-olds calling me shoddy. Now, I don't really get what that word means. I might be old, but the only shoddy I know is like, "Shoddy's like a melody." You know, that song? Like, I've never heard shoddy used otherwise. Whenever my male friends that I'd be playing with would walk away, I would be bombarded with like 5 or 6 kids surrounding me. And it's not the guys my age that do it as much. I mean, of course, there is a few, but it's usually kids that are like in middle school trying to hit up the older girl, like, it's just crazy. I had a guy the other day who was trying to grab my character's upper chest area, and he was yelling, "Mommy, milk, please." I didn't want to mention that because it makes me uncomfortable to say out loud, and it's going to be uncomfortable to show my parents this video with that, but it was something I felt like I needed to share. I also had people asking me what that butt do. Now, that isn't the correct formation of English words, first of all, but just, honestly, it's just a little too normalized to just be sexualized in a lobby. And it's just, pretty continuous. Like, it doesn't end. There's always someone talking about some part, no matter what character you're playing as. And listen, I created the sound on TikTok. I scrolled through hours of footage of the girls doing the gamer girl track. I get it. There's those girls that just hold a controller and try to show off. And it annoys me too. Trust me, it annoys me to no end. But despite those girls, there's a lot of girls that are nerdy now. It's really normal to be nerdy now. It's not like a weird thing. I always talk to my dad about this because he was like, when he was growing up, it was weird kind of to be nerdy. And now it's more normal than not being nerdy. Like, everyone's nerdy. Side note, I did just edit in a counter for how many times I just said the word nerdy. Despite those girls who do just hold a controller just to say they hold it, there's a lot more people in the gaming community that are female, especially since the whole Dream SMP thing. I mentioned in a TikTok that I made how many people have been joining Minecraft and how, like, Minecraft has resurfaced again because of that, and there's a lot more females playing games now. And I think that it's still so crazy to me that it's still surprising to people that females play games. As I mentioned, I have been playing video games, or specifically, I've been playing Minecraft since I was younger. Growing up, me and my best friend, we would just spend our entire time together playing Minecraft. She would bring over her laptop and we would just sit and play and download mod packs, whatever, we would just play. And even when I got to middle school, I met this group of girls who all of them also played video games, and that was super cool because I was coming from an all guy and I was the only female friend group, so it was great to find more girls that were like me. Having been around a lot of female gamers growing up, it's just so weird that I join a game and it's like bombarded with people that are like, oh my god, it's a girl! Don't get me wrong, I love attention. I absolutely love it. I love getting attention. It's a lot of fun. It makes my night when people are like, oh my god, let's talk to that person, because I am socially awkward in every other situation except for when I'm in games. And even sometimes when I'm in games, sometimes if I don't have like one of my friends with me, I usually will keep quiet until I find someone who like obviously has my same sense of humor, and then I go and try to talk to them. But sometimes the attention just isn't what you want to have all the time when you play the game. I think it would be a lot more funnier personally to me if it didn't happen as often as it did. Like the sandwich joke, it was funny maybe the first 3 times. And even now I try to make it funnier. Like the last time a guy asked me to go make him a sandwich, I asked him if he wanted mayonnaise or mustard on it and if he wanted ham or turkey. Like I just try to turn it into a joke. But, you know, it's having the same joke over and over. It just gets annoying. I remember how sad I was because when I posted my Gamer Girl video on TikTok, I was so excited because I have this awesome room my parents made for me where I can game in it, and it's dedicated to Minecraft because I've mentioned so many times in this effing video how much I love Minecraft. But half the comments weren't even about my room. They were about me not being a guy and me having to get out of my brother's room. That was the most popular comment on there. I deleted so many comments, honestly, of people going, why are you in your brother's room? Why is your brother's room pink all of a sudden? God, you girls. And I was like, oh, Jesus, these people. It truly just takes some getting used to. Another common thing I've experienced a lot, which it's still funny to me and it shouldn't, but it's like one of the only things that is so common that it's funny. And it's people coming up to me and like heavily breathing. That makes me laugh no matter who does it. They just come up to me and they go like that. I don't know why it makes me laugh, but it's such a stupid thing. I was playing Gary's mod and I literally was surrounded by a group of guys all making that noise for a good 5 or 6 minutes. And I didn't know what was going on, and I was terrified. I was sitting eating dinner. I was like hiding in a corner for a couple minutes while I was eating, and then they just surrounded me, and I was like, this is gonna happen today. Like, just one of those days where, as John Mulaney says, this might as well happen, you know? Another not so negative experience I had recently was I was playing an FPS game, and I couldn't figure out how to reload my gun. I kept looking in settings and there wasn't a button, So I just kept dropping guns and then picking up a new one whenever I couldn't shoot anymore. This guy came up to me and he was like, "Did you just throw that gun?" And I was like, "Yeah," you know? Like, even though I play a lot of shooter games, I don't know the first thing about guns. I just know that one's shiny and I should use that one. Even in Fortnite, I just know one color is better than another, and I usually take the one with most ammunition. But anyway, this guy was asking me if I just dropped the gun, and I was like, yeah, you know, casually, because I was still confused. And he was like, "Do you know how good that gun was?" And he went on for a good 5 or 6 minutes lecturing me about how good the gun I dropped was and how dumb I was for dropping it. And even though that was kind of mean to say about me, I don't disagree with him. He did teach me how to reload my gun. It turned out it was holding down left trigger and right trigger. One thing I do want to credit guys on is they're really good at teaching things sometimes. It really helps me because sometimes I'm just very dumb and I don't see basic things, I don't understand basic things. So thank you, males, for helping me. If you're ever playing in a game and you see a very confused girl who seems like she knows what she's doing, but for some reason she can't do simple things, know you're playing with me, and please help me. Due to the fact that 80% of the lobby whenever I join is trying to flirt with whatever female they can, and I happen to be there, people are always willing to help me because they're all trying to be the people to talk to me. The amount of times I've gotten with like groups of guys during games and they're like, "Yes, we snagged her." It's hilarious, really. Which can, of course, be good and bad. Being the only girl of most of my friend groups can come with a lot of negatives because a lot of people start not liking the other people in my friend group because they play with a girl. I had one friend I filmed a YouTube video with, and he ended up taking down the video because half the comments were about how bad I was and how I was a girl and all of that. And he said he didn't want me to get hated on because my social media was linked. And he also didn't want to just have a bunch of negative comments on his YouTube video, which I totally understand. Overall, I do think it's really difficult to be a female gamer, but just learn how to make witty comments back, girls, and don't take it to heart. Anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!